Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am very quickly going to be going over all of the information we have about when the full release, or at least the early access launch of Dungeonborne is going to go live. So if you're watching this video, because I always upload at 7 p.m, or at least I usually do, the current open beta would have finished about an hour ago at the time this video was uploaded. So if you're wondering why you can't get into the game and all of that kind of stuff, it's because the game is no longer online, because it was just a beta. But I have good news. I'm going to be sharing with you the information we have regarding when the early access is going to be announced. And also we do have some kind of patch notes for a couple of the different classes here, as well as some information on what is being worked on for those classes. So by the early access launch, we will be implementing the following changes, among others. More skill options for classes. We plan to introduce new active skills for every class during early access. By the early access launch, you can expect new active skills to choose from for Fighter, Death Knight, Rogue, Cryomancer, and Priest, which is very good. So by the launch of the early access, there should be more abilities you should be able to choose from. Now, by active skills, I'm pretty sure this doesn't mean passives, because those are quite literally passives. An active skill is going to be like the Death Knight's grab or the Priest's invincibility, right? So we're going to get different abilities for the classes, and I guess we'll be able to kind of switch them out and choose which two abilities we want to go in to the match with, which is certainly going to be very, very, very cool. And it's also cool that there's going to be 4 classes that have new abilities with the launch of the early access, and then also they're going to be working on abilities for what I would imagine would be all of the other classes while early access is in progress. To accommodate the new active skill selection system, we made adjustments to several class passives. And then we get into the class balance adjustments. For the Swordmaster, increased Psionic Blades cooldown when only 1 or 2 swords are consumed. Psionic Blades also no longer restore life by default and will require the Healing Scabbard passive to restore life. So for the Swordmaster, you're not going to heal if you use your Psionic Blades on someone unless you have the passive. For the Pyromancer, added a casting interval to Pyroblast Stage 1 to prevent rapid spamming. This was a huge problem, so it's really nice that this has been fixed. Adjusted a few passive skills, details coming soon. For the Rogue, stealth will make you fully invisible when you are far from the enemy, but you will still be only obscured when up close, which is just a small buff, I would say, but it's nothing too crazy. Just kind of like a nice little thing for people that play rogues, but if you didn't play rogue before, you're not really going to suddenly start playing rogue. For the Druid, the damage of Panther's basic form attack has been significantly increased, which is very interesting. I didn't actually get a chance to test this out myself, but it definitely didn't seem like it did a whole lot of damage. They would have had to have been very, very low already for you to be able to do anything in your Panther form. The nice thing about Panther form is that you're fast and you have the leap, but the basic attack really didn't do that much damage, so that's a very nice change to see, and it's probably going to make the Druid a little bit more offensive. Weapon balance adjustments. For the Sword and Shield, increase the charge up time for charge attacks. Itemization adjustments slightly increase the stat values of magic equipment and further increase the stat values of epic or more equipment. Lower the activation threshold for most set affixes and enhance the effects of Tier 3 set affixes. For the Mithril Order, removed the respawn mechanic for Mithril Order characters, PvE improvements, matchmaking lobby improvements, client/server side, optimization and bug fixing, and then a new server region, which is for South America. And then here we finish off this kind of official Dungeonborne Discord post by saying, we believe this playtest has successfully achieved our key objectives, identifying areas that need improvement to ensure a smooth launch, giving you an opportunity to try out the game and spreading the word. We are incredibly excited about the journey ahead. Stay tuned for our early access launch date announcement on July 12th. With your support, we're building Dungeonborne into the best extraction RPG out there. Let's keep this momentum going. So, there you have it. There's all of the class kind of changes that are going to be implemented with the launch of early access. I think for the most part, all of them make sense, so I'm actually very, very happy with these patch notes. I think they all make a lot of sense, and there's nothing that was kind of like overly buffed or overly nerfed here, which is awesome. That's always very, very nice to see, and it probably means good things for all balancing to come in the future as well. So at the time of this video, when this is going to be uploaded, it's going to be the 11th at 7 p.m. And depending on when the announcement is on July 12th, I might make a video about that as well. But if you're interested, then do probably just go to the Discord, because you'll get pinged as soon as that happens. So we're going to get like a launch date for the early access, which is super cool. And I can't wait to see if that's going to be close or far. Hopefully it's not just like a coming soon or something. You'd expect it would be maybe coming out in a month or something like that. And the fact that they said, where is it? That there'll be abilities for the Fighter, Death Knight, Rogue, Cryomancer, and Priest already with the launch of early access really makes me think that they are already working on that a decent amount. So it definitely could be soon. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.